What up, guys? I just want to talk about this. I'm not sponsored, but it's delicious. If you guys like kombucha, Clear Mind by Brew Doctor is amazing. Okay, so today's video is going to be another budget to Meta because you guys really like those builds. And we're going to be going with one of the guns on the list that you guys want to see. I'm going to warn you in advance, the budget isn't much, but the meta is. Let's talk about the AS VAL today. What up, guys, and welcome back to the Exfil and Hideout. My name is Ghost. If you guys have never been here before, I'm super excited you guys are here. Today, we're going to be going over another budget to meta build. You guys have been enjoying them so far, so we're going to keep them rolling. If you want to stop by the stream, I stream every single day except for Sunday, so link will be down in the description below, and you can see the little thing that pops up right here. And it's early in the morning, but grab some caffeine, and I think that we'll have a really good time. If you guys find some value in this video, smash that like button. It goes a long way for the channel. And if you guys want to see more Tarkov content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We got 80 plus videos to bring you guys some value and help alleviate that knowledge barrier, and also help you guys build guns, find items, complete quests, all kinds of different things. You could always hit the bell if you want to be notified when videos go live. But let's get into this video. All right, so here we are. We're going to be talking about the AS VAL. We're going budget to meta. Now, I want to say a couple things before we get started. And one is I am not trying to cheap out and say that, like, this is the best budget build and all that stuff, because I already know what the comments are going to say. Everyone's going to say, you just grabbed a regular AS VAL and put a sight on it. How is that a budget build? Now, listen, before you guys get your panties in a bunch, I agree with you. All I did was put an RP1 in the gun and slap a sight on it, but that is pretty much as budget as it gets for the AS VAL, and I'm gonna explain it, and I'm gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna show you some dope barters. We're gonna take these both into the hideout to see what the difference is between Butta and Medjit. What'd I say? Butta and Medjit? We're gonna see what the difference is between budget and meta builds, and we are gonna go over the ammo you should be using. Also, at the very end, I'm going to be doing a complete build for both, so you guys will have everything you need to know, taking it into edit presets so you guys can see it. And for those of you watching right now who are like, how long is this guy going to talk? There will be timestamps for everything. So if you want to see one build over the other, timestamps. If you want to see a specific part to send it to a friend, timestamps. They'll be down below. Okay. The other thing that I want to say is the AS VAL has not got a lot of love this wipe, because last wipe it was so much better. It had a couple nerfs that went through, but after the ammo buff and a couple changes to the AS VAL, I would definitely say it's still viable. What I will say, though, is this is one of those guns that you have to use more than once to get comfortable using it. You're not going to be able to just pull this gun out and just be good with it. The vertical recoil is a little bit different than some of the other guns, and is a little bit wild in the first few shots. So you want to make sure that you can compensate for that and just be aware of it. And then the other thing is it doesn't really do amazing at very long ranges. So I would definitely say that CQC, amazing. Medium, decent. But the ammo is really good. It shoots really fast, and it feels really nice. And it's also very nice and compact, so you don't have to worry about lugging around a huge gun. So it works like a mini assault rifle, which I think that's what it is. But anyways, let's talk about the gun. And by assault rifle, I mean class, like in the game, just a heads up. Okay, so the very first gun we're going to be going over is the AS VAL budget one. That is the one right here to the side. We're going to go ahead and move this over so you guys see that this is the front and center project we are working on. And you're going to grab it from the flea market. There's no like amazing barter for it. It's going to be 58,000. That is right around where I've been finding it. Now, if you guys don't know about the flea market is very up and down. That's just the way the market works. I got it for 58,000 rubles. We went ahead and put a RP1 charging handle from Zenit on there, giving it that +1 ergo from Skier 1 for 3,063 rubles. And then on top of that, we just put a dovetail sight. I grabbed the Koba EKP. You can also put the OKP if you wanted to, but this is the one that comes from Proper 1, and most budget builds I like to keep under level 2 traders. So we went with the Cobra EKP for 10,140 or 94 rubles from Proper 1, giving us that -3 ergo. At the end of that, we are going to be looking at 53 on the ergonomics and 75 on the vertical recoil. And I know, I feel like I'm jipping with this because you guys are like, it's not much, but there's not really a lot you can do. So what I wanted to talk about was the stock. Now, you can keep the stock, or you can grab something like this and you can go ahead and get the pistol handle right here, which we're going to actually grab for the meta build. It's the pistol grip buffer tube. It's like the combination of them. And then on top of that, we can stick the MOE and the RBP. But the stats aren't that much better for the price, in my opinion. So if you're going to go budget, I say go full budget. Don't even mess with it and run this. But if you want to run it, it's actually just a milk trade. And the milk trade is from Mechanic 2. So if you want to trade for milk you get for around 8,000 rubles. You can trade it for that. And then, of course, you would slap on. So it's about 25,000 rubles more to run it this way. But let's actually just slap this on and see what it is. So we have 53.75. If we run it this way, we have 55.71. So you get a little bit less vertical recoil at the cost, and you get a little bit more ergo. So it's slightly better for 25,000 more. If you want to run it this way, you can run it this way. That's just an option. All right, let's get into the meta build. We have the Meta AS VAL that we're going to be talking about today. And the very first thing we're going to be going over is the magazines. As you guys are going to tell, these aren't the purple magazines. These are the Big Daddy 30 rounders. They are very pricey, but they are very worth it. The AS VAL shoots very fast, and sometimes it feels like you just need a couple more rounds. The 30s just feel so much better than the 20s. I don't really like the 20s in anything, but if I am going to run 20 round magazines, I want them to have 7.62 by 51 rounds. Like, I want them to be big rounds if I'm only going to have 20. So the 30s just feel really nice. We're going to run the 30s, and that's going to be a barter. So I'm going to save your life right here, because usually you guys spend around 40,000 rubles from proper, but on proper level 3, there's a barter. That barter is 4 regular pliers, the little yellow ones, and they are about 5,000 rubles. I found them as low as 3,000 rubles, but we're doing 5 for the sake of when I bought them. 5,000 rubles a piece, so it's 20,000 a mag instead of 40,000. So half the price for the barter. It's a game changer. The next thing we're going to be talking about, oh wait, we didn't go over the stats, right? It gives you -5 on the ergonomics, and the barters from proper 3. Okay, the next thing we're going to be talking about is what we just talked about, and that is the pistol grip buffer tube combination. We're going to be able to get that for another barter, which is 1 milk from Mechanic 2, and I got milk for 8,000 rubles. So it's very cheap, and it makes it so that we can put the meta stock on there. So we're going to grab the MOE carbine stock, which we put on a lot of other builds, especially this wipe, and that's going to be 66 USD from Peacekeeper 3, and that's going to give us a -30% vertical recoil and +8 on the ergonomics. And then adding to that, we're going to stick the Magpul rubber butt pad for the -3% extra vertical recoil and +2 on the ergonomics, in addition to the 8. On top of that, we are going to be running the Zenit RP1 like we were on the other build, and that's going to give us a +1 ergonomics for 3,063 rubles from Skier 1. For the sight, we are going to be running the SVD low side mount. This is my favorite one. Some of the other ones have the exact same stats, so you could choose something else if you would like. This is going to be 10,192 rubles from Mechanic 3, only messing with -1 of the ergonomics. And then on top of that, we are going to be putting the TAS 6P29M mount. And this is so that we can run all the extra things, because the other two only allow you to run one or the other, and you're not able to run a foregrip. So we're going to run this one. And this one is going to be 7,922 rubles from Jaeger 3 for -1 ergo. And then on top of that, we are going to stick the Fortis Shift tactical grip for -2% vertical recoil, +9 on the ergonomics for 157 USD from Peacekeeper 4. That is going to be the build for the Meta AS VAL. It's pretty simple. It's not a super extraordinary build, but it feels really good, and I've been using it in labs and reserve, and it's been working very well. The only time that I'm having trouble in labs is if I'm shooting all the way down hall, like by blue and black and green, or if I'm trying to shoot completely across, like say you're shooting from one side of managers to the other. That is the only times that I'm having like trouble where I'm getting beamed by like an HK or something. But the distance is about that distance where you start to notice the spread being a little bit wider than usual, which I'm going to show you guys in the hideout anyway. So we have the Meta AS VAL with 60 ergo, 68 vertical recoil. Let's take them both into the hideout. We'll take them into edit preset, and then we will talk about what ammo you should be running. All right, so we're going to go over the budget one first. It's not bad. It's ergo. We're gonna go no vertical, we're gonna do no recoil control. So do you see what I'm talking about? This is with not controlling it at all. The pattern can be very, very wild. It literally went from right here, boom, to way up here. So you just gotta be aware of that when you are actually using the gun. But it is controllable. So that's gonna be the budget. Now we have the meta. Let's do ergo. Very good. It just feels really good. It actually feels like the ergo is higher than it actually is. Same type of pattern. A little bit less abrupt than the other one, but same type of pattern. Can control it though, but I'll show you what I'm talking about when it's further. So I hit the head a lot of times, but it's because I've been using it a lot. I knew that my first round had to start very, very low. Did you see what I did right there? So then as soon as I did this, it bucked up to the head and then I controlled it in the head. And that's kind of like how you have to run this gun. But like I said, once you run the gun more often, you'll be okay. Okay, so here we are looking at the ammo for the 9x39, which is the AS VAL that we're running. And I want to go over something real quick because I feel like there's a lot of people that don't really understand how good this ammo actually is. Now, there's people who are running, you know, Vector Go Burr, and we're running 7N31, and we're like, 7N31 feels so good for that type of round, right? And it shreds if you just shoot them in the face. And we see all these things about this round. And then when we talk about the AS VAL, we're like, dude, SP5 and SP6 is complete trash. If you're not running BP and SPP, you shouldn't be running the gun. Now, although I agree you should be running the best ammo possible, let's go ahead and look at these stats. 7N31 is like 52 flesh, 39 pen. SP5, the worst ammo, is actually as good as the best ammo of 9mm. So think about that for a second. This ammo is so cheap. You can get SP5 for like 150 rubles a round, and you're looking at 68 damage, way higher damage, and you're looking at 38 pen, only one less pen. This is basically a better 7N31 round for way, way cheaper. Then you move up to SP6, which, mind you, the SP6 BP and SPP crafts in the Hideout are all very, very good. SP6 is 58 damage, so we're dropping less damage, but we're getting that extra pen. So with SP6, you're still wrecking Killas and Tactics at 46, especially with how fast this gun's shooting. So you're still doing good. Then you move up to the big dogs, which SPP is one of my favorite rounds. The craft is really good for it, and it feels good. And this is going to be 64 damage and 50 pen. And then you have BP, which is technically the best pen, and that is going to be for everybody, and that is 55 pen and 60 damage. So use what you will. I always tell people, use the best round you can. So I usually use SPP and BP, but SP6 and SP5 is completely viable, even in your budget AS VAL. So I want to throw that out there. I want to talk about the stats because I want you guys to know that this is basically the lowest round is a better version of 9mm best round. All right, let's go see the total prices. Oh, really quickly, I also want to talk about sights and lights because I usually don't add these into the build because I think they're subjective and I think that there's no right or wrong way to run a sight or a light. So what I'm running on this, which I really, really like, is the RMR, which you can run if you would like, and I'm running the D-ball Steiner, the Steiner D-ball. That way you guys can see, this is the one that you guys ask about. This, you can use regular flashlight, IR laser, or regular laser, and I like it because I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. All right, so we have the budget AS VAL, 53 ergo, 75 vertical recoil, and we are looking at 71,257 rubles. So with what I said about the ammo being very, very cheap, you can run good ammo and you can get a gun for 71,257 rubles. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the budget AS VAL. when you're thinking about what to run instead of something else. Now, obviously, the biggest downfall is the 20-round magazines, and if you can get your hands on these, maybe from a Raider or something, I think is very, very viable. Then we have the Meta AS VAL. That's going to be 60 ergo, 68 vertical recoil at 141,196 rubles. So it's pretty much double the price, but it feels really good. And if money is not an option, this is something that I would definitely recommend you guys try at least to run, and let me know what you think. We got edit preset for the budget AS VAL, and then we're gonna do edit preset for the Meta AS VAL for those of you who want to take your shots and look at it from this perspective. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching another video. I hope this video brought you some value, and I hope it makes you think about running the AS VAL. If you end up running it and liking it or hating it, let me know down in the comments. I respond to every single person down there, and I love when you guys engage with me on the YouTube. If you guys want to talk about this stuff live, feel free to come by the Twitch stream. I stream every single day except for Sunday at around 4 a.m. PST, so grab some caffeine and you'll be okay. I promise. Grab some caffeine and come hang out. I think it'll be a good time. If you guys want to see more Tarkov content, subscribe to the channel. I really think that you're going to find other videos that you like if you liked this video. And you can always hit the little bell if you want to be notified when videos go live. That way you don't miss out. I hope you guys are very blessed. Hope you have an amazing day or night depending on where you're at in the world. I hope that this AS VAL build gives you all the head eyes, all the dog tags, all the kills, and you enjoy it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
That was unlucky.